Queens. Um, so for some of y'all who are, it is currently ACE Week 2019 or Asexual Awareness Week. And it is from October 20th to the 26th. And so one of these suggestions that was on my Tumblr pertaining to the week was for today, Wednesday, would be Aces of Color. Basically to talk about the experience of being a person of color who's also sexual, but also, in my case, a romantic. So, I'm going to see what I can do about that, while you also check out me with my main Symmetra. Check out that gold gun. So, as someone who is asexual and a person of color, the experience is kind of, well, it's kind of interesting. Simply because there's just a lot of things in this case, you got to take into account. So I think I need to start somewhere simple. There are certain stereotypes that people have about people who are African American, and not just in America, but also in other countries. And I know this because I have a couple of folks who from other countries, more especially like from Asia and Europe, who have said I don't fit this, what we have been told about. Usually that's not a problem, but in most cases it kind of feels like it is. More so, the more dangerous to me kind of situations. That is, I'm basically saying, hey, so you happen to be, so is it true that, all females who are black, African American, tend to ask like, oh, so are you like this? Are you like that? Unfortunately, most of it is, like, are we, like, all of us loud? Are we all ghetto? Do we wear, like booty shorts, stuff like that? That is stuff that I have grown up with. And usually it's not really, on to me, it is not great. Because people basically have this image of you, or you even talk, they kind of have this image of, oh, this is the type what you're going to be like, so this is how I'm going to react to you. And it's not great. So take that into account, but then also take into account of what an asexual person is. Now, just typically a person who is of asexuality, of that orientation, is someone who just does not like sex. Now, it's not to say that all asexuals don't have it, but there are different degrees of asexuality out there. The main one for me, it is a matter of, I can talk about it, and if other people want to do it, that's fine. But the concept of me having sex, just quite honestly, to the point, I actually could say to this point, I'm a little bit repulsed about it. Um, so there's that, but then there's also the fact that I am a romantic, which basically means I don't have like strong feelings towards romance. Um, like what you probably see in movies of, like fairy tales, that type of stuff. That's not me. I kind of view myself as being a logical person, and having certain emotions like that. It's like, nah, fam, not for me. Um, but so take that into account, plus add in what I said earlier. So my experiences. Yeah, I had the common experience, I think, of every asexual person who has said, someone has asked them, well, how do you know if you haven't tried, or you just haven't met, you just haven't met the right person? That stuff right there, yeah, you hear it so enough times that, quite honestly, you just it's very annoying, it's frustrating, it's, I can't believe I'm going to use this word, it's cringe worthy, because that is something I don't particularly like having to hear all the time. But unfortunately, it gets worse. To me, it feels that way. It gets much worse once, you have people who don't understand what, type of orientation that is. So I can say this just from my experience. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I really don't tell folks that I am ace. Um, Unfortunately, there's this person who found out, um, and unfortunately, he constantly essentially makes me extremely uncomfortable, because he is one of those, people who's like, oh, it's like, saying, oh, I'm sure if you date, like if you dated a guy, which, oh, I forgot to mention this. Folks, when someone says they're asexual, that does not, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you would, it's like, oh, you're probably straight. It's like, no. Like an asexual person, like, hey, they can, it's like, really, it doesn't matter what gender that person is, just, in fact, we either don't want to have sex, or we don't mind, we don't find it extremely necessary to, just act on it. So, um, so yeah, that's kind of what's going on with this one person. Just kind of assuming that, oh, I just need a good man, to show me, have I ever tried it? All of that annoyance. And it's rather tiring, to the point where well, to me, I basically just want to, I get frustrated just having to think about it. Since I got to work with this person, but And here's the thing, I actually have a button that I have on my uniform that, is the flag for, for asexuality. And yeah, it's like where I work at, a lot of people don't know what it means. So that, in most cases, I don't mind that. If they know what it means, then hey, they usually don't bother me about it. Um, but gotten, I really haven't had too many people. Okay, you know what? I actually lied about that. My bad. I actually have had a few um, folks try to get on my case. They're up here saying that it's like, oh, that's just a myth, and like you're lazy and that stuff like that. That is not something that honestly I feel like you should say to someone like who is ace, or really just like not even asexual, but even being demi or gray sexual, that type of stuff. Because for some people they might think, oh, it's like we're lying, or unfortunately it's like there are some folks who think that we're broken. That in most cases doesn't do anything in regards to how we view ourselves. And then, because of these stereotypes that people have of I can only say in the black community, and I'm pretty sure my age is going to show. Especially if you have like basically the late night segments that BET used to have, like like back in the day. um and the term video vixen, yeah, that that really doesn't help like how the stereotyping is. So it's it really, in most cases, it is harmful. If it was just a matter of folks didn't understand, what it meant, that's one thing. But for those who have heard of the term, who know what it means, then yes, it actually can be harmful. Um, and once again, I can only say this from an African American perspective. I can't say, like, for other nationalities, I cannot say, oh, it's like this, like that. But also, I can't say, oh, this is how it is for all African Americans. No, I can't say that. I can only go based off of what I've been through. I can only say it based off of what I've noticed from others. And it's just, unfortunately, it's a mix up. That's the sad thing, I think. Because if people just can't take into account that, hey, maybe we don't fit, maybe we just don't want sex, maybe we, just want to be friends, and I mean, like, friends, people that you can actually hang out with, people that you can talk to. So, and that's kind of hard to have. And I'm not joking when I say that's really hard, because I've been lucky so far right now. I've been lucky to be friends with people who, they don't mind. They don't, they don't mind me being ace. It's like they're cool with it. But it's still annoying. It's just really annoying to essentially to be comfortable, to finally realize like, oh, this is what I am. It's like it really, I don't think anyone can understand how frustrating it is sometimes to realize like, oh, this is what I am, but then you have people saying, basically trying to discredit you, saying you're not like this, you're just making excuses for why you're not in a relationship or why you just don't want to deal with people, and in regards to being so, well, not wanting to be so mushy or have do PDAs or anything like that, or just even trying to get to know people in a romantic sense like that. And that's rather unfortunate, because even if you want to be in a relationship with someone like that, like romantically or anything, I do feel like first off, you have to be friends before you can go into the next step of, oh, okay, then I consider you like some form of significant other. But I think a lot of people don't understand how that works. But that's just me. That's just me, because hey, I'm something of a pessimistic person. But so far I've been lucky to know folks who are okay, who are fine with me the way I am, that I'm actually able to talk with them, I'm able to hang out with them and not have to worry about, oh, so it's like, are they actually talking to me and actually cool with hanging out with me because I'm a decent person doing this, because they're expecting some form of some form of sexual gratitude out of this. That is always something that unfortunately is going to be in the back of your mind. And I really just don't think that should be the case. Because heck, I know I had this thought a couple of days ago, where so I might not be, I'm an introvert and I'm pessimistic, but at the same time, hey, I want to be able to cuddle and everything, but I don't want it to seem like I want to cuddle and then that leads up to what is it the young kids call it nowadays, fooling around. I don't want that. It's like, honestly, for me, I just want, it's like, hey, I just want to be able to someone to hold me. Heck, I don't mind being, wait, how's it go? I don't mind being the cuddler or the cuddle-e. But that's all. Just to chill. And that is it. None of that, that irritating Netflix and chill mess. Like, no. Just to relax, to be vulnerable around someone that you're comfortable with and not expect anything. Or heck, even if you want to be in a relationship, like, at least let it be platonic. But I don't know. I believe I have probably rambled on for long enough. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, there is this it feels like there is this weight that you're not going to feel compared. Uh-oh. No! Well, I messed up there.
Welcome to reality.
My bad, folks. But, yeah. There's just this, you know, just this calmness that you feel of not having these expectations in relationships. Well, in certain kinds of relationships, at least, in my opinion. But yeah, so I believe I have rambled on long enough. I can tell because, well, it took me this long. It took that long for me to go into another map. So, if you probably have any questions about what asexuality is, or what the week is about, or heck, just honestly, even to talk, then hey, all you have to do is just send me a message over my YouTube, or you can send me a message over on my Twitter, or heck, if you can figure out how to find me on, on BattleNet, or heck, you can even ask. Just let me know. And let's see. I don't have a catchphrase, unfortunately. Or you know what? I think I might. So I will probably talk to you later. And I hope you have a nice day, afternoon, evening, or night. And just like my awesome main right here, I hope that you continue to be fabulous. And I will talk to you later. Bye.
Photon barrier is charging.